Okay, so this morning we got on it, and if you've been following my well saga, we did hook, we dropped the pump, we flushed the line from here, because this is the line that goes to the house, down and through the ground. And by the way, if anybody's wondering, why in the world did he put the well so far from his house? Well, that's where the health inspector told me to put it. So you don't really have much choice when you're building a house. But 1987, I may have already stated this information, but this was done in 1987 of April. This core is 90 feet deep. The total well was 265 feet deep with a yield of 30 gallons per minute. So it was a good water source. We flushed this before we hooked it up. Water came gushing out. Pump's working. We hooked it up to the line that runs to the house, and eureka, we have water. Albeit a little murky right now, but I do have an inline filter to take care of that, and I do believe it's clearing up as we use it. Right now, I think the diagnosis was simply, well, the well pump was probably too deep, and it got muddy and sucked up mud because, well, the old well pump is right there, which, by the way, that is not the original. We built the house. This well pump was drilled in, this well was drilled in 87. So we built the house around 87 or 88, and lightning got our first well pump. So this was actually our second well pump. And it was muddy. It's immersed in mud. You can see it was kind of dirty and kind of old. We didn't even test it or take a chance on it. We just replaced it. Now, what did I replace it with? Well, I replaced it with, and I'm knocking on wood, because I know every plumber out there is going to tell me I'm crazy, because every plumber I already know told me I was crazy. But I put a Lowe's hardware pump back in it. Reason being, $529 was 6 months of no payments. So I get to use their money for 6 months, and I really didn't have $529 laying around, so I ended up with a Lowe's pump. Now this pump is constructed much better than the Lowe's pump. This is steel all the way up, and the Lowe's pump is made in Mexico, and it has a plastic cap up here. But ironically, Franklin Industries, I don't know, I'll try to get whatever, but it was built by Franklin Industries, and it's the same one that they build for Lowe's by Franklin Industries, but this is the difference. This one was made in the USA, and the one that comes from Lowe's, which is also a Franklin Industries, I believe I'm stating that right. I'm pretty sure it says Franklin Industries somewhere there, but it's a Franklin Industries as well, but it's built in Mexico, and it's obviously not built from as good of parts, because when you start seeing plastic, you pretty much know. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with this, but this was the second pump that went in the 90s. It was not originally installed in 1987 when the well was dug. So this is just a side note. Anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. I did buy a 2-year warranty on the Lowe's 3/4 horse submersible pump, and we're just going to hope for the best. I think third time's the charm. We had it out of the ground. Well, see, the problem was, well, I don't even know that I want a well. Hey, this is all about the well, so let's just, well, we put the first pump in, the Lowe's replacement, and we did not cut any pipe. We did not shorten the water pipe going to the bottom of the well. So we sucked up more mud. Mistake number one. I'm not a plumber, by the way. A lot was learned during this thing. So we cut 13 feet off of it to start and put the Lowe's well pump down in it. When we did that, the pump stopped, and we thought there was something wrong with the pump. So we pulled it back out of the ground and tested the pump in a garbage can, and the pump worked just fine. There was no mud in it or anything else. So raising it to 13 feet, getting it into some clean water helped. Then we took the pump out and tested it, and finally figured out that, hey, maybe we need to check the line going to the house. And that's when we cut the line in the basement, disconnected this from here, and actually poured gallons of water down into this pipe to see if it was flowing. And yes, it was flowing, but weakly and muddily. Is muddily a word? I'm not sure. Anyway, we hooked her back up. After testing the well pump, it pumped hard. We ran a hose out of the basement door. It pumped muddy water for about 3 minutes, and then it cleaned up. We put the plumbing back together. There was some PVC pipe that we had to cut, so we put all that back together and put more air in the blue bladder tank, and it seems to be running very well. Wifey's taking a shower now, and I've ran some water and flushed some toilets, and it seems to be clearing up with every, with the usage. It seems to be clearing up. So hopefully it was nothing more than mud clogged in the line going to the house. And of course, this pump was probably buried in the mud for so long that there was no saving it, and we didn't even try. We just got another one. But anyway, that's the well pump saga. Hopefully you'll hear no more about it unless my water stops flowing to the house or doesn't clear up completely, because we've always had the most clear, crisp drinking water you could ever imagine, straight out of the ground. So I'm hoping we'll get back to that, and I think we will. So thanks for watching. This has been a homeowner's experience for sure. Still beats city water. I hate the taste of chlorine. Thanks for watching. Yeah.